What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing my top picks for Friday's main NBA DFS slate. So hopefully everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday. We got a large 12-game slate for this Friday. So before we get started with my picks, let's go ahead and drop a like on the video for me, please. Alrighty. Also, leave any comments about the picks below. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for checking out my video. And please don't forget to subscribe before you leave so that way you can be notified when I post new DFS videos. All right, so we're going to do it a little differently today, guys. I'm going straight to DraftKings, and I'm going to give you my favorite plays at each position. Again, it's 12-game slate, so a lot of options, guys. So at the top, Westbrook, too expensive, playing and putting up around 50 to 40 DraftKings points the last couple of games. He's almost 11K. I like another team. A couple more players a little bit better as far as value goes. But James Harden is somebody we could consider, seeing that he just put up 72 versus his team. But I don't expect him to repeat that. But he is only 10.7K. So this is James Harden. But he's not the guy I'm paying up for on this slate. All right, more to come on that. Kemba Walker, again, another guy that has been doing well. But as you can see, versus this team, he doesn't do too well. He only put up 38 DraftKings points, and at 9.6, he's too damn expensive. So let's go ahead and focus on who I like. So let's see. Ben Simmons is another player that I like on this slate. Going up against Cleveland, this should be a triple-double night for Mr. Ben Simmons at only 8.8K. He's been flirting with triple-doubles the whole season. Alrighty, averaging somewhere around 40 to 45 DraftKings points per game, and at 8.8K in a favorable matchup versus Philly. I do like me some Ben Simmons. Next up is going to be John Wall. I like John Wall too. 8.7K seems too cheap for this guy in this matchup. He's played this team before this season and put up 47 DraftKings points. And at 8.7K, I can deal with that, okay? So I like John Wall. He's a high usage guy on this Washington team versus Toronto, which should be a pretty competitive matchup in my opinion. But I like John Wall as well. 8.7K. That's if I'm playing up. Jrue Holiday versus New York. Again, he's put up 50 before versus this team in 35 minutes. Alrighty. If you look at his game log, he's doing really well too. Scoring 45 plus points per game. With the injury to their point guard, Jrue Holiday has been, handling a lot of those tasks. So I do like Jrue Holiday in this matchup versus New York at 8.3K. Alrighty, who else we got that I like? Zach LaVine, somebody I like on this slate too. Again, this guy's just continue to produce, and his price went down to 7.6K versus Miami. So I do like him to go ahead and continue his 39 to 40 point night versus Miami, who has some injuries to their guard spots. So Donovan Mitchell's another player I like at point guard. Again, he gets a paced up matchup versus the Lakers. A late night hammer game, I believe that's the late game, right? Yep, that's the 9:30 p.m. game. So I do like me some Donovan Mitchell. Let's go down a little further. Bledsoe, I think he's like my favorite guard on the slate. Going up against Phoenix, his old team. Plus, it's a great matchup for point guards when it comes to Phoenix. So give me Eric Bledsoe. He's one of my quote-unquote core plays. All right, also at the guard, Tim Hardaway Jr. is another player I like. I'm actually going to be playing him at small forward, but Tim Hardaway, man, has been on a tear now. He scored 30 in the last game versus Boston. That's a tough defense, but he's been scoring 45 plus the last 3 games before that. So give me some Tim Hardaway Jr. Again, I'm playing him at small forward today, but he's one of my favorite plays, even though he is guard eligible. So next up, I like Dennis Schröder in his matchup versus Charlotte. I know he comes off the bench, but as you can see, he came off the bench before and played 30 minutes and put up 34 DraftKings points. Last game, he put up 47 DraftKings points. Again, come off the bench, and that was a blowout game versus Golden State, though. So, yeah, I do like Dennis Schröder. He still gets minutes. He's pretty much the second team, 6th man on that team. So I do like Schröder on this slate. We already talked about those guys. Okay, so that's pretty much my top plays at point guard, guys. So let's go over the shooting guard. Some of the players I've already talked about are shooting guard eligible as well. But Bradley Beal in this matchup versus Toronto, again, I like that game. It is a 12-game slate, but I do like Bradley Beal. We already talked about LaVine. Right, I believe Zach LaVine. We like him in this matchup. Joe Ingles is my kind of like my value play when it comes to the lower price guys at 5.2K versus Cleveland. This guy's playing about 30 minutes a game. He's playing in the game, getting up a couple of shots. If his three ball is dropping, he could have a 35-point night when it comes to DraftKings. So I do like me some Joe Ingles in this matchup versus the Lakers. Alrighty. Another guy I like at shooting guard who's also small forward eligible is going to be Mr. Lamb. Let's see. Yep, Jeremy Lamb. Again, if you look at his game log, the last couple of games, he's playing 28 plus minutes. He's played 40 in the Philly game. So if this game is close to competitive, we should see a lot of Jeremy Lambs. And at 5.3K, he should be able to pay off his value at 5.3K. And he's played this team before, played 25 minutes and put up 30 DraftKings points, which is great for a 5K player. So I do like Jeremy Lamb on this slate as well. And that's pretty much my favorite plays at shooting guard. So let's go ahead over to small forward. We got Giannis at the top, man, versus Phoenix. He finally paid off that big old price tag at the last game at 73 DraftKings points versus Portland, where the team put up 143 points, real points. Oh, my goodness. But I don't think I'm playing up for Giannis today. He's not the guy I'm paying up for. But Giannis is in a good spot. If that game stays close, Giannis is gonna eat. So, James is in a good spot too versus Utah. But I don't want to pay up. But Durant, he's the guy I like to pay up for at small forward / power forward. So, I do like Durant. We still got a lot of injuries over there in Golden State. They're going up against Portland. And I do like Durant to carry this team pretty much, man, because Golden State, they're struggling. They're losing a lot of games, and they need a W. They're at home in front of the home crowd. So I do like Durant to show out, but he's not my core play at the moment. So also at small forward, I also like Paul George. If you look at Paul George, of course, he's a pretty consistent player, 8.6K, and he's going to produce, man. So question is he going to have a 33-point night or 61-point night? So, but I do like him on this slate versus Charlotte, where he has done well before with Westbrook playing, putting up 42 DraftKings points. So I do like Paul George. Again, guys, it's a 12-game slate. I'm probably going to play a good 18 lineups or more. And so, again, I'm going to have a lot of players in my player pool. So, but the guys I'm going to put over to the side are going to be my core plays. Josh Richardson is another guy I like. Again, a lot of injuries on that Miami team. Josh is playing 30-plus minutes. He could end up playing 30, 38, 39 in this particular game for Chicago. And at 7.3K, I do like Josh Richardson. All righty. DeRozan, Butler, I'm done with you, brother. Chris Middleton, oh, my God. I do like Chris Middleton in this matchup versus Phoenix. He could put up 50 DraftKings points tonight. So this team just scored 143 points on Portland. So give me some Chris Middleton at 7.2K. He's one of my core plays. So pretty much I'm going to be starting a lot of my lineups with most of these guys. Some lineups I may run 3 of them. Some of them I may run all 5. Some of them I may run 4. So, but these are the guys that I'm going to have a lot of ownership of. So, okay. So continue on down when it comes to the small forward. TJ Warren has been a pretty consistent player. Playing over 30 minutes the last few games, averaging a floor of 30 or above. So at 6.5K, TJ Warren is somebody you could consider. All right, and so that's pretty much all my small forwards. Again, Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, Tatum. I do like Tatum in his matchup versus ATL, guys. All righty, so this game should be a plus game for Tatum. As you can see, he's playing good minutes, and he had one bad game here versus Utah, but that's a slower-paced team that plays pretty decent defense. But Tatum should be good for 28 to 35 DraftKings points, which is great for his 6.3K salary. So I do like Jason Tatum on this slate as well. So power forward, we already talked about some of these guys already when it comes to TJ Warren, but we can add Siakam to the discussion. Again, he's played Washington before, played 26 minutes and put up 30 DraftKings points. But if you look at his game log, he's playing 30-plus minutes here lately. So I do like Siakam to come in and give us at least a floor of 30 DraftKings points with a little bit of upside as well, because this guy get a couple of blocks and a couple extra rebounds. he could be a good value. So I do like Siakam on this slate. Blake Griffin, I like him versus this Houston team. All right, he's at home. He scored 56 DraftKings points in Houston, so I do like him in a plus matchup at home versus the Rockets. Should be a lot of points scored in this game. So look at that, 124 to 126 the last time these two teams met. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of points. So give me some Blake Griffin at 9.5K. He's in my player pool. Alrighty, so who else at power forward? Of course, I like Anthony Davis. He's actually the guy that I like to pay up for. So when I talk about my core plays, I'm going to have to take one of them out or even maybe two of them to be able to fit this guy in. But if you look at the last time he played New York, he put up 77 DraftKings points, guys. Alrighty. So, and he played 40 minutes, pretty much played the whole game. So Anthony Davis is probably my favorite guy to pay up for on this slate. And that's just because, he could put up 100 DraftKings points tonight, guys. So I do like Anthony Davis. Like I said, Giannis, I'm not messing with. Durant, we already talked about. Blake Griffin, we already talked about. So this Vonleh guy, I guess I'm going to need to give me some of him because he's been doing well lately. So Noah Vonleh for New York. Look at his game log, 45 and 41 in the last two games. This guy's been turning it on, playing 30+ minutes. So I'm gonna have a good amount of him as well on this slate. And again, a plus matchup. Paced up versus New Orleans at home. I like Vonleh. Looks like he solidified his spot on the court. So give me some Vonleh on this slate too. So at center, we already talked about Anthony Davis. Joel Embiid I actually like versus Cleveland, but I don't know if they're going to be able to stay close for him to put up enough production at 10.6K. But I will have some Joel Embiid on this slate, guys. Okay, at 10.6K, he's too cheap in my opinion. All right, Jokic, I'm going to take a couple of shots with him. Not a whole lot because he has not been playing consistent lately. But Jokic is a guy that could put up 65 DraftKings points and nobody would be surprised with a triple-double. All right, so I do like Jokic on this slate at home in Denver, where he tends to play better in my opinion. Whiteside is questionable if he does not suit up, some kind of tendonitis in his knee. I'm playing Bam Adebayo, however you say his name. But Hassan Whiteside is currently questionable. No Vucevic. Rudy Gobert maybe versus the Lakers. But I like some other guys in this that's a little bit cheaper, better. So Nurkic, I like him on this slate versus Golden State. Again, high-paced game, should be high scoring. No Draymond Green. Give me some Nurkic. Alrighty. Draymond Green won't be there gobbling up all the rebounds. So I like Paul Millsap at 6.1K. Versus Orlando. Again, a pace-up matchup. Alrighty. Last game, he played 43 minutes versus Minnesota. I'm sorry. He played 28 minutes and put up 43 DraftKings points, man. So I like him in this Orlando matchup at only 6.1K. Paul Millsap will be in my player pool. Who else? Cantor, no, thank you. Al Horford is questionable, no, thank you. Brook Lopez, I do like him in this this Milwaukee versus Phoenix game. All right, he's playing. This game was a blowout, so that's why he didn't play much there. But in the closer games, he's playing 30+ minutes and looks like he have a safe floor of around 25 DraftKings points. So give me some Brook Lopez on this slate. I like him. He has a little bit of upside too if his 3-ball gets to falling. Jonas Valančiūnas, I'll have him in a couple of my GPP lineups. Again, last time these two teams met, he played only 18 minutes and put up 27 DraftKings points. But this guy plays more minutes. As you can see, he puts up the DraftKings points with 46 versus ATL. So I will have some Jonas Valančiūnas in my GPP lineups because he has some nice upside. John Collins I also like. He's back from injury. Played 20 and 27 minutes. His minutes seem to be ramping up. So I like him in this Boston game. If it blows out or goes sideways, he could get some extra runs. So I do like Collins on this slate at 4.9K. As you can see, he played 20 minutes versus the Clippers and put up 31 DraftKings points. Came in almost got a double-double with points and assists. So I do like John Collins as a value play. DeAndre Ayton, I have a couple of shares of him as well. Again, I like that New Orleans game a lot. And this is the Philly game. I'm sorry, Phoenix and Milwaukee game. So All right, guys. So he put up 45 points versus Chicago, but he's only 6K, man. So until this guy's over 7K, I'm playing him pretty much on every slate. So give me some DeAndre Ayton. So, alrighty. So to finish off my core, so that's pretty much all my picks, guys. So if I did not talk about a player, that does not mean that I don't like him. It just means that it's a 12-game slate, and I can't list every single player as my favorite plays because it's not true. So as a value guard, guys, I like Trey Burke. I didn't talk about him, but this guy has been playing 29 plus minutes the last couple of games and putting up a crazy amount of points. Look at his shots, guys. 20, 15, 20, 13 in the last 4 games. So this guy's only 4.4K. He gets a paced up matchup versus New Orleans at home. His minutes seem to be solidified. He's going to play 25 plus. All right, which means he's good for, well, last game they played, he put up 30. So I like Trey Burke on this slate. So he's one of my quote-unquote core plays. So I have a good amount of Trey Burke. And again, I already talked about this guy, but Jason Tatum. So that's my quote-unquote core plays right here on the right side, guys. Bledsoe, Middleton, Hardaway, Tatum, and Trey Burke. And you can go in here and just interchange certain players. Like if you want to play Blake Griffin, you know, that means you have to go down and pay down at a couple other spots. But go ahead and pick and choose how you're going to construct your lineups, guys. And that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you guys so much. Again, please hit like on the video. Please drop any comments as far as suggestions on plays. And if you're new to the channel, thanks again for watching my video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow.